Welcome to the Friday live stream for Rift. I can't get the devs off the game. It's not my fault that I'm all by myself. All by myself. Did I mention that I'm playing a bard on Prime? You suckers! I'm gonna ruin every pickup group around. See, this is my character. Her name is Brass. Thank you to good friends who saved the name for me. And I'm gonna make one more attempt to try to get devs. One sec. Devs! Damn it! Get in here! Come on! Come on! Oh, thank God.
What?
Oh.
Jeez.
Hey, we got two.
We got
Did.
two.
All right, so seriously, we can't get these buggers off the game. So, welcome,
Hi.
Dead
Hi.
Simon, Amory. We're here to talk about prime time this week. It's going to be awesome. So, let's see. We have some. You want to start with questions? Oh,
Wait
first,
a minute. Let me just.
oh.
I just want to show something.
Oh yes,
Shit,
yep.
Captain
Oh my
Crunch,
God.
where's
Oh my
the
God. Well,
hat?
there goes the neighborhood.
He's
So-
wearing the hat.
Ah!
Yeah.
So I was dragged away. I was fixing XP.
That's right.
No,
We
you
are. You're
weren't.
looking drop
So
with
no
the bump.
XP fixes
Okay.
for anyone.
Okay,
Oh,
okay,
no.
okay.
Wait.
First things first. First things
Hi.
first. Prime launched this week on Wednesday.
Let me
It's
just
been
try and
insanely
find that
successful. We've had such a great time with you all on there. So we're looking forward to continuing that through the weekend. You notice we had queues. Tomorrow is Saturday.
Yeah.
Tomorrow we may see queues
We're
again.
watching it.
But we shall see. At least the big name rush is over. We all hope that you got the name that you wanted. And let's see, the Primal Generator Pack is still for sale on our web store as well as Steam. And people have been asking, is that going away anytime soon? Or
No.
Okay.
It's pretty much the starter pack for Prime.
Okay.
So everyone can be a primal janitor?
Everyone can be a
Primal Janitor.
janitor.
I will say that name has been misspelled more times than I can count now. Next thing is, will the Primal Generator Pack be giftable on the store one day?
You're supposed to be fixing XP.
Come on in,
No,
Arconics.
no.
Come on. There's room for you.
Simon,
Seriously?
do you want me to fix it? I know how to fix that.
You know how to fix
I
that?
know how to
Oh
fix
my God.
it.
Well, then
sorry.
you fix
Sucking
that.
in the gut. Wait.
While Captain Cursor is fixing that, I want to show something.
Are we?
Okay.
So,
You
needless to say, I've been doing quite a lot of late nights recently, and Rift has been looming
Oh, no.
large with
Okay.
my family. When I got home last night, my littlest gave
Oh,
me
yeah.
this.
a cup holder.
This is the best
Yeah, I know we
book
do.
I have
What-
in the
what is
world
that?
now. This is a Rift story
Oh gosh.
written by my 4-year-old.
Best fan art ever.
Oh, I like how the green is showing up with the green screen.
Basically, she reckons if she has letters on the page, she's writing. And
Wow.
Close enough for me.
Start.
Good
Start.
It's just like our game designers.
That's right. Anyway, this is the best book ever. She was super excited.
Are you going to read it to us?
What does that say? Okay, I can read it.
Okay, read it.
One day, Melody, that's her character, and Crystally,
No, we
that's
should
her
just go ahead.
character's pet,
It's beautiful.
did something I don't
This
know.
is
And a-
skills of an
And a
artist.
skeleton came.
Skills of an artist right here.
Melody went to her home.
Wait.
Oh, you know
A
what?
skeleton came. Was it Dead Simon? Does she know that
No,
you're Dead
she doesn't.
Simon?
She doesn't. She's 4. She doesn't know. Seriously,
Simon,
she
you
doesn't
broke
know anything.
everything.
Simon, why are you stepping on stuff?
Oh, we have no signal to the
I
game.
didn't.
Yes,
Yeah.
you did.
I did.
We stepped on a
You
cable
broke
somewhere.
everything.
I didn't break anything.
You
though.
broke everything.
He's gonna go.
Where does this go?
This is great. What this do?
I didn't stand on anything. There's nothing there to stand on. There was
Okay.
nothing there to stand on. They lie.
Okay.
Anyway,
okay.
she had a picnic and went home. It was just the best thing ever.
That sounds
It's
about right.
beautiful.
So
Yes,
that
I
means
like-
she,
before picnics.
she went to build a
Aw.
dimension, right?
She is all about dimensions. Both the girls are all about dimensions. I don't think
Okay.
they have.
So we know
Ever
one of the
fought
things that's
anything,
really
actually.
trending. It didn't make it to the question list, but we know this is a huge trending thing. Actually, somebody did ask about
It's a
this.
question list.
Oh yes, Devilock is try on looking into the XP issue on the Prime server, or is it
Yes.
working as intended?
Yes, we are looking into it. We are planning on solving things with a
Sorry.
scalpel and not a sledgehammer.
Yeah.
And
Do you know the difference?
Yes.
I do.
Yes.
Because
I do.
it is
know
a
what?
little it is a little rough.
What?
Like that, some things aren't giving as much as they
I
should.
had no problem, so.
No,
Yeah.
I
Rifts
have
and
no problems
invasions
either.
and
And
zone
this is
events
how
are not
this
enough.
is how live ended up the way it is, and everybody now goes, "Oh, remember when Rift used to be hard?" And it's, oh no, I'm so fucking.
And then we land on there and we go, oh my god, 4 hours and I'm level
4
not level 50 yet. Rage
No, but
on
it
the
is awesome
forum.
because it's like, yes, we don't want people to be level 50 on day one. But especially in that first 10 to 15 gap when you don't have access to a lot of dungeons or you're running the same warfront over and over and
What
over
did
and
they pull
over.
out there, Cole?
Or zone events, zone events are not kind of as awesome for XP as they should be. So we're looking at it, but
Nope,
Nick is
nope,
right. We're
nope.
scalpel, not sledgehammer. Careful. Yeah.
No, this
See,
is
someone
setting-
wants
oh.
fall damage back in.
No fall damage.
We're also rather point you towards if you're we know you're hungry. We want to point you towards nutritious food
Yes.
rather than just feeding you
Yes.
more calories.
No rice cakes.
Yes.
Some of us dwarves kind of like rice cakes, we're expanding more rapidly side to side than we are vertically.
That's amazing.
All right, so
Where is-
here's a quick question, and this is important for all Rift players. Can you not talk to yourself so much? I mean, is that necessary for you to patch?
It is totally necessary.
Anyway, Prime is the new hotness. We're all having a great
Mhm.
time on Vigil, and we know that a lot of people are concerned that we are now going to ignore live.
Mhm.
This cannot be further from the truth. Debs, please explain.
Please explain. We have all been distracted by Prime because it just launched and we're trying to make sure it's up and running and stable. But it is not at the expense of forgetting our live servers.
No, I was taking a couple of days to relax before I go right back into it
We do.
again.
We have a lot in store actually
I'm gonna
coming up in
start
the
back
next
on
week or
Monday.
two that will go back to live servers and start working on new content for there.
Yeah, launch time is always very critical for a game, so it makes sense that we concentrated on Prime. But now, apparently, there's some sniping going on between players. Please don't snipe. Free-to-play servers are not trash. Prime servers are not for the overly entitled. Let's all get along. We all have different play styles, and we're not going to put up with that kind of argument on the forums, in game, or anything else. And people want to know. I mean, are the live servers in danger? Are we planning to force everybody to go to Prime?
No.
There you
No.
go. That's pretty easy.
No.
There is just zero intention to do anything with the live servers to affect the way that we've been playing for several years. I mean, it's just been a great time. Oh yeah. Also, people. Another one. This is Holy Roller, and he says that because people are paying to play Prime, those people will want Prime to take priority in terms of fixing and tuning over the coming months. Keep in mind that anything that gets fixed on Prime also gets fixed on
It's the same
Live.
code.
Right, it's the
Absolutely,
same
yeah.
code.
The same
Technically,
code.
technically, live leads Prime
Did that work?
for
There you go.
I don't
changes.
know.
So there are no changes that can be just for Prime without also having to be positive for live as well.
So yeah, don't worry, guys.
Totally
We
still on
got
the
you,
credit card.
fam. We're playing all of the above. All right, so
Try again.
Oh,
Try
okay.
again. I think you
Oh.
just
Simon
Maybe
can't
just type
remember
that
his
into Skype.
password.
or Twitch maybe just paste your password in Twitch.
No,
It
it
happens.
was more like,
Carnival of the Ascended. Are we ready to talk about when we're going live with that? I know it's soon.
It is
Super soon.
I think it's next Wednesday.
The
Next
intent is
Wednesday?
next week. Yep.
The intent is next week. So the caveat is, as long as all that stuff gets done, next week. Okay,
Next
so that's
week.
going to be exciting, and
Next
of course, Carnival is going to come to live as well as Prime server, so we're all covered there. So let's see. Matty Doga asks, will some leveling dungeons be tweaked, such as Darkening Deeps? When I get a group for it, everyone leaves straight away because they say the bosses are over-tuned. Is that all part of the XP tweaking that you guys are doing? Or is it just, shut up, it's old school, and I had to walk uphill both ways in snow in the wintertime when I was a kid?
I
haven't
think
done it yet.
the boss difficulty is something that we would be amenable to tuning, but
Mm-hmm.
we want to give people some time
Yeah, not enough
to,
people are
to
there.
find their legs and
Right.
see if they can overcome things rather than just going AoE and nuking everything and thinking that they should just cakewalk through
It
stuff.
is meant to be harder.
It's
You
interesting.
should bring us support.
Yeah, bring us support for sure.
This is the first time I've played a rogue class to any extent, and I'm finding it very interesting adjusting to not only to playing a bard, but also playing on Prime, where I've had to walk back to my corpse more than a few times already, and I'm not out of Silverwood yet, alright?
My favorite actually was there was a zone event that took out the entire set of people fishing at the first Argent Blade
That's why I
fishing
was going
traders.
online.
They're,
And I felt really bad because I'm like, there's like 50 people standing around
Trying to
fishing.
keep up.
I'm
and
just
there's
fishing here!
corpses.
I'm just, oh my god! It's exciting.
It is,
It's everything's
Exciting,
really
yeah.
exciting right now because
Oh.
everything old is new again. All right, so let's see. Let's. A number of people have asked why they're not getting their live mounts and their live wardrobes and their live perks and all that. That's because this is Prime.
Prime.
Totally
You
separate.
still have those on live.
Hardcore.
They're still there.
You can always go back to live anytime you want to enjoy those things and then come back to Prime and say, oh, so I guess them Patron perks on live actually are really good. And let's see. One moment. Oh, Blythe the Elf asks, is there any consideration for offering dimension items for credits as well as in-game currency on Prime? Because Dimensions don't offer any real leg up, and Prime is going to be
Yes.
time limited. So will we be selling some of that stuff? Yes? Was that a yes?
Yes.
Yes. All you
Good
Dimensioneers? Yes. That's actually
Assets.
kind of cool
Assets.
because on Prime, I only have my
Deleted all
newbie
downloads,
dimension,
don't they?
Yeah.
and it reminds
Yeah.
me of how wonderful it felt the first time I got that. So now I'm going to be able to build that out again.
Yeah, the
Um,
store is really deliberately, like we mentioned it would be stripped way back, and it is very deliberately, like, there's not a lot on there because that wasn't the emphasis for day one of Prime. It was get in and play and have fun.
Right. Now the next thing.
One other thing about that is we have held back a lot of things for later.
Yes.
So everything is not
Yeah.
going to be available right now. We have held back a lot of mounts and costumes and Warfront
Yep.
announcers and all kinds of things because that way we can
Fun
give it
stuff
to
to
you
keep it
later
fresh, yeah.
as things progress.
Okay, another thing that people have asked is, can we be assured that anything that is, oh, here we go, password thing again.
Why did you use your own?
Where was I? See, I've completely forgotten. It's been that kind of a week. Can we be assured that any special mounts or cool stuff on Prime will make it over to live server at some point?
When the server runs its course, when we move characters over, that stuff will
Then
travel
we'll
with
move
you.
that
Bring it
over.
over, yeah.
Okay,
They're not
cool.
account unlocks though; they
Yeah.
are single
Yep,
Single
characters.
yep,
character.
single character unlocks. All right, and then the other thing is I've paid for hairstyles and skin colors on live servers, and notice I don't have access to them in Prime,
Mhm.
and they're
Correct.
super expensive.
Same price.
Same
Yeah.
price. Okay, there you go. It's good to be honest about these things. Yes, Simon, you were going to say something.
I just think that question about will those things be available on live wasn't asked, meaning
Will it come
my
with
character
you? More
will it
can
be
access it,
available
yeah.
for people that are playing on live now?
It'll just
So
carry over
if I
with.
get the jungle raptor,
Okay.
It'll be available for the character that transfers back over.
right? So in
okay.
Yeah.
other words, no.
Well, it's not
It's not
available
available
currently
for
on
people
live.
online.
Yes.
Right now, when
Yeah.
the server runs its course,
Yeah.
it will be available.
Okay.
When
And
you get copied over for your character, you get copied
Right.
Yes,
But
it's
we may
not
add it.
available
We
for
may
the
add it
people
in the
that are
future
there.
on
That's what we
live.
said.
Yeah.
No, that's not
Okay.
what you said.
and the arguments
Well,
begin. You can
it's
tell
not
that we're
what I
all
heard.
still
It's
in
not what
dev
they
mode.
heard.
English is.
Milia asks, will there be a version of the
Invented by us.
Primogenitor pack for annual subscribers who don't need the extra time but do want the mount, cape, and title and portrait frame on Prime?
I think you just buy the Primal Janitor
Yeah.
pack, use what you like, and if you have anything left over,
Give those
invite
codes
a
to your
friend.
friends.
I
Yeah.
gave mine to
Yeah.
a friend who couldn't afford
Yeah.
to play, that I wanted to see playing. So
Yeah.
Okay. Have you noticed a difference in the auction prices for items sold in game on Prime? As
Yeah,
compared to
well,
live?
the auction house is
Clean server.
it's
Yeah.
clean server, so it's a really influx, and it's kind of interesting what people they're trying to sell things, and it's a funny market right now because either there's a lot of people who can't afford to buy anything from the auction house, or there are people like in some niche things with crafting where they're pushing really hard, and those things are going for an insane amount of money compared to what they normally would be worth because it's a rare material that people don't have access to yet. So the auction house right now is very volatile, and it's a way that some people make a lot of money and some people don't touch until it stabilizes.
Okay, so apparently there's a drinking game going on here. Count how many times they're going to discuss dimensions and cosmetics instead of class balance. We
Did
can
we
get
say-
rid of all those people
Did we
really
mention
fast.
anything about dimensions?
We talked about
Yeah, we
dimension
talked about
items
dimensions.
on the store.
Let's talk about cosmetics some more.
I've done what
Anyway.
Jason
all
told me
right,
to do
all right,
when I
all
had this
right.
problem.
Let's scroll. Can we scroll down the chat window?
No, I-
Trying to scroll down.
It's gonna
Trying.
slump.
Why is it not
So people on the
scrolling
back
down
can
all
see.
the way?
Chris.
It's not our fault that you're so tall. Okay, so that's.
Click on new messages.
Oh, there we go. Thank you.
Hey, come on, chat. There we go.
Oh,
Mead.
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 That was important. All right. Tashix, when will cosmetics be released in the store? Drink.
When will more cosmetics?
Yeah.
I would probably say high chance next update.
The
Oh,
dice
oh.
system.
We
Will
can get
we-
you all drunk really fast.
Let's talk a little bit about the dice system, which happens to be cosmetics. Drink! Amanda, you've been making dice in game. Can you actually... Is there code in game to craft all of the dice that are available?
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay.
And I don't know because they added a lot of dyes after I was no longer on the team. And I can only make cyan dye right now, which is really sad.
So your guild
But a
was
lot
all
of them are
dressed in blue.
craftable. Are
Got it.
craftable game.
Okay, and then the question is the dice system. Will we be able to unlock with plat in the future on Prime? I think it's already available, isn't it?
No.
No.
It's credit only.
Oh, it's credit only. Okay, cool. Okay. Will we be able to
There is a selection
unlock?
of dice that are free.
Yes.
But the other ones will have to be credits to unlock.
Okay. Because
Actually,
they're
my
cosmetics.
favorite,
Drink!
my
Or-
favorite part of that is like people who are leveling apothecary, which is what I'm doing. It's like you get that first dye recipe and you're like, oh, I can make cyan dye. I'm gonna make like 10 of these. And then like you can tell who's leveling apothecary because you dye all your stuff cyan. Like everyone's running around in bright turquoise. I'm like, oh, you're leveling apothecary too.
Yep.
You got that dye recipe and you got no one to sell it to, so you used it on all of your own stuff.
So
I've been
here-
sending dyes to all my friends. I'm like, hey, you want some cyan dye?
So here's a question that is not related to cosmetics. Drink! Or dimensions. Drink again! With regard to the XP issue, since you seem to think it's the same as vanilla, is your expectation that people cannot level 1 to 50 solely through quests and the occasional rift? Why was that a possibility back in vanilla for many of us, but not today?
Prime is not vanilla. I don't know where you.
It's
got
not
that
the launch
from.
game, yeah. We do want people to do more than just quests.
Yes.
However, it shouldn't be only do other, like basically quests should still be worth your time. XP from the other activity should fit in well with the speed of leveling with quests.
Use your warfront charges.
Yep.
All right.
Warfront charges and dungeons for
Dungeon
sure.
charges.
All y'all are playing a drinking game using the terms cosmetics and dimensions, so we're going to play the dev drinking game where the key term is balance.
Class
Let me
balance.
read
We
this
have
in an
alcohol,
angry
though,
dwarf
so
voice.
Yeah.
It's not a very fun game.
Serpentax 26. So, not only are you passively ignoring warrior class balance, you are now aggressively ignoring it. Great.
I would say actively. not
Actively.
passively.
I believe we put in a major
We do.
class balance change for warriors for next patch.
Oh, for yeah.
I believe we got the lore guy to make a.
We got the lore guy.
That's right.
Makes
We
sense.
did.
You get
We
what
did.
you asked. No, what?
We did.
Yeah,
Okay. That
Do you
should
want
be
to talk
interesting.
about it?
sure.
let's-
I'd be happy to.
Oh, you're doing it?
He
I'm
did.
doing it.
Oh, God
Yeah.
help us all. Okay.
One of the things we. Okay, never mind. I'm
Wait.
done.
Sorry,
Off the
we
cuff.
can't
Oh,
get
comfy
the game
man.
patched.
You
Why?
can say
Because too
that.
many people are playing. That's what.
right.
I'm
Yeah, we're stuck in the queue. That's the official story, and I'm sticking to it.
Right now.
So the class balance change. We noticed that we got a lot of feedback both internally and a lot of people online were saying that when they're playing a warrior, they're having a hard time with invasions and stuff like that for leveling. And one of the things that we noticed is that the warrior pet class had no tank, even though everyone kind of wanted it to. And we got to the question of why. I think in the past the answer has been because warriors are supposed to be the tank.
Mhm.
But I know when I have played a warrior and I have leveled one to max level, I often want to try out my AoE champion build, or I'd like to try out DPS Paragon, or I really like Warlord, and it's hard sometimes to do that when everything is really powerful. So we have converted the Primal Companion
First pet, yeah.
into a Primal Sabertooth, and the Primal Sabertooth will hold aggro now, just
Yeah.
like all of the other pet classes
Beastmaster
from the other
tank
class.
pets.
Exactly. So
Fun.
it's not an end game balance change, but that is not my purview.
Right.
But it is definitely a leveling change. And when you bring out your, I renamed it to the Wyvern and changed all the icons.
Okay.
Will work like it did before and not hold it and not try to grab aggro, and that's what you will use for support in Dungeons and Raids.
There you go. Extra long answer from Captain Carcer.
There's no
There
other
was no
kind
short
of answer.
answer.
You should
There
you
is
should
no
read
short
my
answer.
release note. I wrote a whole story about the
Paragraph.
Oh,
I can hardly
original
wait.
Beastmaster and his companion.
All right. Keep in mind that Prime is very different from Live, and things go on. There was another
Oh my
really
God,
good one.
yes, it was gorgeous.
The epic sagas, are those coming
They're coming
back?
in later.
Yep,
They're
yeah.
coming in later.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Okay.
Currently, you couldn't do it because there's no way to end it. So
Yeah, you can't complete it right now anyway with what's available.
Yeah, it's tied to content that hasn't been released yet.
And we've been caught in a few places because we changed the new mentoring rules for the zones, and some of the content spawned to level 50 in like a level 20 area, and
Alright.
that just became impossible. So
Okay. How soon do you expect people to get to level 50?
Right after they hit 49.
Oh my
Wow.
God!
No, that's hard to
You
say
said
because people
a
level
band.
so differently. Yeah.
That was.
But that brings to mind another one.
Yeah.
Amory, you and I were talking yesterday about the fact that next week we're going to start discussing with the players the speed of progression.
The speed of progression and content unlocks, right? Because we are keeping an eye on where, some people right now are ahead of the curve. They're up in the high 20s, they're up in the 30s. The bulk of people are still under level 20, right? And so we're already starting to see that sort of like spread out among the levels. So it's slower than we would like, but thankfully not too fast. Like it's better that we're going a little slower than if we had 50s on the second day of Prime.
I heard there would be, though.
I think there's
No.
a really good
I heard there's been
answer
50s
for
in
this.
No.
2 days.
No, there isn't. But those will be official threads that we're going to open on the forums, and we really, really want your input on that.
Oh, hold on. I want to address one thing. The only thing in Prime that's different is that we disabled. No, there are a lot of changes on Prime.
Okay, you want to talk about that?
Dungeons scale to your level.
Yep.
So if you're
Yeah.
level 50 doing Iron Tombs, the non-expert one, you'll be leveled down to, I believe, 19, maybe 17.
Mhm.
I don't know.
You get skill
They
down.
kept changing the
I
Yes.
targets.
think it's 18,
Outdoor
but
world,
whatever.
we also mentor you in all
Yep.
the zones. So
You will
every
mentor
zone
to
event
the
is relevant.
maximum value on the map.
So zone events will be relevant in every zone.
and not
Whatever.
over in 3 seconds.
Yeah.
Let's see. Raid loot is tradable, but we're not there yet. So everything that drops from green scale will be tradable. So-
Cosmetics and mounts are available through gameplay.
Yeah, cosmetics and
Yeah.
mounts drop through
That's
gameplay. There's
very,
no
very
lock
true.
boxes.
Yeah.
I
We
saw
have
somebody
a
got the
drastically
bridal mount.
reduced
Yeah.
store.
Has anyone got
Bridal
the
outfit.
Jungle Raptor yet?
I haven't seen one.
That's what Simon is
Oh, no.
questing
Yeah.
for.
Seriously, that's
he
all
really
I care
wants it.
about.
By the way, the dev team has been trying really, really hard not to get the first achievements
Yeah.
in Shard first.
We
I
ask
mean,
people to please
it's
don't.
not
Some
just,
of us.
Yeah.
It's because we're not gimpy.
Some of us.
But we have to be.
Yeah.
No, okay, I'm gimpy. These guys are pretty uber. But here, going
we
back
scroll
to the
down
warrior
chat,
thing.
please?
Yeah,
Yeah,
we will.
like
Let me
comments.
just address one thing here. Serpentax is under the impression that dungeons at 25 plus are undoable via war tanks with the best players in the world. Is somebody going to tell them to get good, or
I mean, I don't know who the group
Or-
is or what they're running it with. Do you have fully appropriate armor? Do you have runes? Do you have pots and consumables with you? Do you, like, I don't know. We don't know what your group comp is to say is it undoable or not.
okay? And Nogard Gimp asks, are you actively looking for and fixing the bugs that have returned that were previously fixed on live version?
Daily.
I see the chat that these guys are doing, and every
Yeah.
time they come across something, they report it themselves, they look it up. Yes, there's lots of work going on there. So we're gonna go right down here.
Well, while you're looking,
Yeah.
Current, please.
Yes, current please.
Chat's behind.
Cloud asked if there's going to be any more lore on like the Mystic Archer.
Oh yes.
Maybe. I would love to do it because I love taking that class, even if I don't put any points in it, just do one kata thing. So
There you go.
I would love to write a story. I don't know when it's coming out. Probably when I have some.
When he's not
time
busy
to fix-
balancing warriors.
or balancing warriors, or fixing XP, or fixing mages. I'm gonna fix everything. I'm
Oh,
gonna fix
there
it.
was a question earlier on. Are we going to nerf mages?
No.
I don't know if it was
No,
mages or
no,
other
I don't
people
plan to,
asking.
no.
But there you
No.
go.
The safe response is always yes.
No.
No,
We
the
are.
answer is no.
We're not
Everything is
gonna
always
nerf
under consideration.
mages.
All right.
Everything always gets nerfed.
Everything
Yes,
always
yes.
gets nerfed.
The
That's
Grudge
true.
Everything always
asks,
gets
can
nerfed.
Circle
anyone
of life.
Can anyone comment on the longevity of this server? And this comes up a lot.
It comes up a
Will
lot.
this be a permanent sub-server, or will it really be shut down after a year?
We would like to keep this server permanently. It's going to depend on how active and populated the server is.
Mhm.
But if we don't turn it off, I can't end the world.
It's true.
That's
Again,
true.
we have folks looking at
I-
dungeon loot and other stuff right now.
Yeah,
I
Dungeon Loot's
really
definitely
want
going
to
there.
end the world with like a climactic, epic thing that kicks everyone.
What if you ended the world with that giant event and then all the players woke up the next morning
That's
and it was all just a dream?
It was just a dream. They wake up in the shower.
Maybe.
Third time
Like a
listening.
dream mulligan it.
We noticed.
Yeah.
So Discrim says, I'm one of the higher up levels, or higher up players, level 29 cleric, and I'm finding it almost impossible in the dungeons my level, mainly DSM, to keep a warrior tank up.
DSM is one of the ones that we noted
We are
earlier
looking
is
at.
being looked
There you
into.
go. All right, so that's great. And yes, we've talked about XP gain several times, but I still have questions coming up here about
Yep.
the XP gain. Can you cover that one more time?
We are looking at XP gain, especially from open world content. We feel it's a little too slow.
Uh-huh.
But yes, we are watching it.
I wonder how many people actually remember XP Beach, which actually is
XP Beach.
officially called the
Yeah.
Desert of Akala, but it didn't become known as XP Beach for nothing, because I think people should remember that there was a lot of people that basically had to spend a lot of time doing rifts on XP Beach to
Yep.
actually get.
And
Yes.
further
So
to what you were
That
saying,
was alive.
Cloud says, now we're level 1 and must stop the prophecy of world destruction.
yeah,
That's
Yeah.
a good,
yeah.
that's a good
Sure.
aim.
I have mad respect for everyone who showed up to the Crusade against the Elf War and threw themselves against the 10 million hit point plan. And I salute all of you for stopping this destruction of Silverwood and stopping the Elf War
Yeah.
and getting there when you were obviously underleveled and not up to the task because it took forever. But you did it anyway, and that's what makes you a hero.
That effort.
Got it. When can we expect the Elspeth World event?
River of Souls.
As soon as we
Working
fix
on it.
XP.
Wait.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Got
That-
it. So
that was
XP is the number
1.1,
one
right?
priority.
Yes,
then.
Okay.
River of Souls
That-
comes a little later, but we
Yeah.
have definitely been talking about that off and on.
But that event is never, ever going to happen.
The
Not the
event
way
that
it
we
came
ran
originally,
will
yes.
not
Oh.
come back.
Okay.
We are in
Yeah.
talk. We are discussing
Different.
Yeah,
something
how to
different,
bring back the
how to
same
make
feel.
it different.
Yeah.
If you liked that event and if you remember it fondly, post about what you liked and because we would rather know
What made it
the
so great for you,
experience.
yeah.
What was memorable about it, other than time stopped.
I
Yeah.
remember standing on
stopped
that
and-
roof with every single person on the entire
Oh.
shot.
Yeah.
It was
there
amazing.
with
Come
me.
on.
It was, and they all
It
tried to
was
jump
something.
through the
And then-
Jump
through
the
the
portal.
gate, and
I
they all just
remember-
fell.
Fell to the depths. Yeah.
I remember
Oh, it
being
was terrible.
assigned to one of the low population European servers and having a hit point pinned dev account and trying to get them to attack the monsters so that they could progress
Okay.
while I tanked them. So
Leading the charge.
yeah, and it was hard because there was not that many people there, and the monster. They were right because the monsters would totally kill them.
All right. Oh yes. Tryon Worlds. Are there any plans with loot from normal dungeons to change back, or is it the one item per boss per day permanent?
Loot is being looked
Looked
at
into.
too in dungeons.
It's not going to change back, but we are looking at the system.
All right.
changes.
So keep an eye out for that. We also have seen a number of questions from our EU players who say, now that we've seen that Prime is so popular, is there a chance of having a Prime EU server?
There's always a chance.
There's always a chance.
Currently
Don't
not now.
nerf anything.
Yeah, not right this moment. The server population is awesome, but it's not two servers with what separation by continent awesome.
Right. Okay. All right. And Tacitus says next week there will be a lot more loot in leveling dungeons.
There you go. There's the source.
Well, that's great. Speaking of devs, those of you who are having issues with numbers and dungeons and that sort of thing, I happen to know that Rough Raptors plays a warrior, and so he's playing through the content as well, and he's pretty expert on
Rough
this sort of
Raptors.
thing. What's that?
As Rough
As
Raptors.
Rough
Yes,
Raptors.
you-
Yes, he's using his real name on server,
You-
just like I'm using Brass.
You will notice him in Warfronts pulling you right towards the center of the eye
Yeah.
of
He
the
Yeah.
loves
Bang
that
regular.
ability.
He absolutely
Troll
loves it.
ability.
So does Marco.
So
Marco's
so
a big
keep
fan.
in mind, and he's working really hard to stay at the top end of the XP or of the leveling curve, particularly so that he can go through the dungeons at the same time as you guys are and experience them and recommend different adjustments to the team. So he got your back.
Real quick, the multiple crashes? We actually have engineers looking at that right now, trying to track those down.
Oh, for those really weird ones where you just disconnect and then you can get right back in.
No,
Actual
client
crash.
shutdowns.
Actually
Oh,
crashes.
actual
Yeah.
crashes.
It's,
Okay.
Actual crash.
Yeah.
It's,
All
Yeah,
right.
all our engineers are
it's a
looking
bit
at
of a
that right now.
gnarly graphics.
We actually some older Rift engineers came out of the woodworks and have also been helping.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And Zaya Dark Mist, no.
Oh,
Is he
yeah.
reading
Zion
the quest?
Darkmist
No.
asked,
No.
is he
No.
reading the quest? Come on, it's Rough Raptors we're talking about
No,
here.
no,
he
he's
does
not.
not
He
read
doesn't read
quests.
anything.
No,
He reads numbers. He does not read words.
And then
That's
he just
the way his mind
complains
works.
at
Then he
us when he
complains
can't
that the
do the
quest is
quest.
broken.
And it's like,
Yeah.
did you read it?
No.
Why do I have to read
Sorry.
quests?
Did you read the sticky? No.
No.
Okay, yeah, so everyone is working really hard on fine-tuning this server, and we're also turning our attention to live. As these guys said earlier, and we can reconfirm, Carnival is scheduled to go live next week, which means I gotta get my butt in gear and write a blog about that. So there, that's about all I have. What do you guys got? Any more? We're all eager to
We're all
go
a
back
lot
in and
more if
play
it's-
the game.
Sure,
The
sure.
thing could work, but I think we borked it up somehow.
Yeah, so the patcher. We're gonna blame Dead Simon. He broke the patcher. I'm just
Oh,
honest.
I actually do have a couple things to talk
Oh,
about.
cool.
So a couple people noticed yesterday when they picked up the Prime pack, they never got the stuff.
Oh,
What-
right.
What happened was we had a bunch of really, really old accounts. Thank you for coming back.
Mm-hmm.
Guys who haven't played since 11, 12.
Yeah.
And basically they never canceled their Patron, their subscription, and they changed their cards. So we have what's called a soft cancellation. When that happens, your account goes into sort of a hibernated state, so they don't charge you again. And normally, when you buy a Patron again, it fixes itself. But we ran into an issue where the pack was causing it to not come out of hibernation.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
So what we did is
Never
we went
turned
ahead
it back.
and granted 1 day of Patron time to every account that was stuck in that position, so that it wouldn't happen again, because that causes it to clean itself up. So if you see people in game going, "Hey, I played the game 5 years ago, didn't buy a sub, but I logged in today and I can play. This is awesome."
That's why.
It'll be about 24 hours, then you'll have to pay to get back in.
Well,
So-
that's actually really cool. That, How much? That must have been really hard to track down.
It took about a day for a platform, or roughly a day-ish of time for platform track down.
It's really interesting to watch the channels of communication within the company when something like this happens and all hands are deployed to find out what the hell's going on and how to fix it as fast as possible. So that leads us to just the one more thing that we want to talk about on this before we do giveaways. And Cole, if you could please switch to the other screen now.
Huh?
Challenges.
Oh, yeah. Here we go. Okay, so Prime Vigil challenges. Amory, you came up with this month's challenges, so can you talk
I
about them a little bit?
did. So the idea with
You can
these
even read your own quote.
challenges, I know, right? The idea with challenges on the Prime Shard is that every month we have sort of these milestones that players can work toward, and the goal is not for it to only be for are you the first or the fastest, but just that you did cool things on the server that month. And so we have a set of monthly challenges for the first month of Prime. You'll notice very deliberately that none of them are the first person to reach level 50.
Yay!
Because it's not about speed running through content. It's about doing cool stuff.
Stop and harvest the flowers.
Stop and harvest the shinies.
Oh, which I'm
25.
totally doing.
I know 20. So you know what? I originally had that number as 7, and I got out argued, and now I'm trying to get 25
Wait,
artifact sets.
25
Okay, so
It's
who's,
a lot.
who said that 7 was too few? Because I'm thinking I'm not going to make 25 of them.
Rough Raptors.
I'm
Rough
gonna.
Raptors!
Wow!
Damn you,
No,
Rough Raptors!
no, I am going to
No.
sell all my artifacts
Right?
and get enough
Make
for
that
like
money.
more roll slots.
Oh
so
my
I can,
god.
Yeah,
So
This
with
is
these-
economic terrorism, people.
this is great.
So what these challenges are is it's basically two ways to win them. It's like, yes, of course, it's the first person
First,
on the
right.
server to complete these 5 first dungeons.
Because we know you guys. You're busy
'Cause we know
rolling
you're gonna
tide
do
as
'em.
whole guilds right now.
That's right. And so for the Dungeon Crawler challenge for this month, it is completing the first set of normal mode dungeons. 1, 2, 3, 4, I think it's 5, I can't count. Should be
That's
5 of them. And the number of winners for
6.
that one is a group of 5, because I kind of expect that to be the first people to win. That is going to be a static group, most likely.
Cool.
But what also happens is at any time throughout the month, if you
Which ends
complete,
April 7th.
with April 7th, so March 7th to April 7th, if you complete all of those dungeons, you are entered into the pool of people who successfully did it, and we will randomly pull some additional winners to receive the prizes.
And that works for all of them.
It works for all of them. So it's not just the first person to do it, but everyone who does it during the month also gets put into the
Okay,
prize
but they
pool.
have to complete all of those
6.
dungeons, all 6 dungeons.
Yep.
Okay.
Well, that's for
Okay.
the dungeon.
For the first
crawl.
dungeon one,
For
yeah.
the first dungeon.
The
Or
second-
just the easy 25
There's
shiny
more, yeah,
sets.
right?
That will take
Yeah,
no
Complete
which
time
25
whatsoever.
Tacitus-
artifact sets.
Tacitus is up there claiming this. It was me.
It was Tacitus.
I
I didn't want
made
to
the
name
shiny
anyone.
hunter.
It
Yeah.
totally
Tacitus, I used to love you. What have you done?
That's why we always blame Rough Rafters.
I didn't want to
Yeah.
throw anyone under the bus.
Oh no, totally Tacitus. Send him your notes.
No, that one might get adjusted.
I have seen the artifact hunters, and I fear them more
It's true.
than
I mean,
like the
It
raiders.
is true that you
Well,
get
in the
2
guild
for
I'm
free.
in, we've been busy trying to actually complete
Yeah.
that guild quest that is only
Oh,
75.
Yeah,
Oh.
75 artifacts.
Yep.
And it took us like a day.
Yep.
A day.
So that one might get
Just,
nerfed.
just
Whatever.
75 artifacts.
Right.
not
I am gonna
sets.
sell. I'm gonna raise my prices on artifacts.
should.
Then I'm gonna.
So there are 2 other challenges for
Okay.
this month.
Yep.
One of them is for crafting. It's leveling a crafting profession to 300. Survival is excluded, just because it has kind of a different leveling mechanic.
Okay. Yeah.
So it's the original crafting professions plus dreamweaving. And it's same as the above. It's yes, there's 3 people who will be the first 3 people to get 300 profession skill, but also everyone who completes a crafting profession to 300 by April 7th is in the prize pool. Same goes for a gathering harvesting profession. It's
That's
butchering, mining, foraging. Same thing.
So
Can't
watch out for all
pass
those
It's
people.
gonna be
by
all
anything that
cyan.
needs to be harvested.
It'll
it
be all the
must go in my
butchers.
bag.
All those
I predict the
cyan
first
dye
3
wearers.
be
Those
butchers.
cyan dye
Oh,
wearers
butchery,
who know that
yeah.
they're
Yeah.
busy. How high do you have to be to make cyan?
Cyan's not that high. It's like
Oh.
20, 25. It's pretty early on.
Right.
And so the
I just
prizes
had to
for
make
these
bags.
are titles. There's a special title for each one, and we are also, we don't have the list final yet, looking at mounts,
Ooh,
fancy mounts
I love fancy.
for the
mounts.
winners.
Fancy mounts.
Oh, that's the secret.
That's the secret prize. Shh, secret. I just told everybody.
So
Yeah,
every,
we tell
every
which
winner.
one.
We haven't told you which mount, but we're looking at giving out mounts for these as well.
That's super cool.
One
Let's
for each.
let's
Yeah.
talk about a little bit. Holy Roller 12 asks, is the Warrior BM pet the only balance change that Warriors are getting, or is it that just one out of the many that we're getting next week?
That is the only
That
one
is the only one
Captain
coming
Kirsch
next
did
week.
this week.
That is
That's the
coming
only one
in
that I did.
next week. Okay, good. Okay, that is
Tacitus
very,
says,
very
and
cool.
weapon skins and some other prizes. Yeah, we're still building
Oh!
out what we haven't given away.
Oh, that's really cool.
Yep.
I'm looking forward to this. So as we do these monthly challenges, are we going to, if you could switch back to the main screen now, Cole, that would be great, so that we can see everybody's shiny face. So are we going to assign the monthly challenge compilation to a different dev every month, like
I
we
would
did
like
this
to.
month?
I would like to, like,
Fear
wherever
the dead
different
Simon
people on
one.
the team
I'm
can
just
give you
saying.
different challenges.
Whatever
that
he
would be
comes
awesome.
up with, you're going to hate.
Yes, you have to do all the puzzles.
And is yours going to require that people actually read the quests?
No, mine's gonna be doing everything, like the saga quest.
Dang.
Mine's
Like
gonna be-
actually play all the game.
Oh
I'm gonna
my
bring
God.
Port Scion back for mine in all 4 challenges.
Oh,
Port Scion.
Oh
Mine
my God,
is,
you
yeah,
people.
win,
All right, well,
win 3
apparently.
conquest games.
No, you're not.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it.
All
Bring
right.
it back.
Conquest is
Gonna
coming.
bring back.
Okay,
It's gonna
yeah,
be-
this is
Bring
going to be
back Port
crazy.
Scion.
Well, guys, it is time to do our giveaways, and I know that we are going to give
I
away
look forward to the
3
tsunami of
30-day
asserts.
patron packs, and we're going to give away 3 primal janitor packs.
Primal janitors.
I just say the next time you guys come out with a pack, it's got to be just as difficult for people to spell as it is for Cole.
Yes.
Primal
Janitor.
janitor.
Primal-
Wow.
I
All
thought it
right,
was
for
the
all of you who
primal
want to be
janitor.
primal
I can't spell
janitors
it
this
either,
week,
so.
all right, so we're going to start with a 30-day patron, and then meanwhile,
Thank you.
there we go. And meanwhile, Chris can decide if he wants to give away something else or not, because he
Got
has that
some
special
sneaky stuff to
power.
give away.
Okay,
Maybe,
so-
maybe not.
What are we doing?
30-day. Okay, first one goes to Oopsie.
Oopsie,
Oopsie.
congratulations.
Second, Shelby69.
Congrats.
And the third one,
Dunks Jardon.
Dunks.
Dunks Jordan.
It sounds like he just fell asleep after dunking his donut into his first coffee of the day. Okay, and the 3 primal janitor packs.
Primal janitors.
Okay.
Who
y'all
are our
read them
primal
up.
janitors today? Sidewinder 3121, congratulations.
Congratulations.
Voodoo Child,
Congratulations.
And the last one,
Dan
Dan
Milky.
Milky.
Dan Milky.
Congrats.
All right,
Congrats.
so what do you think? You're gonna give something
I'm
else
trying to
away?
figure out what else we can
What
give.
can you give?
Because almost everything is set up just for live.
Yeah.
We haven't
Mhm,
built a whole
mhm.
bunch of prizes.
Well, why don't you give some stuff to live people as well? What's
Yeah,
wrong
give
with
some
that?
stuff to live
Well,
people.
it won't, but it won't give it to everyone. That's the only problem.
Well, isn't that
What?
just too bad? They're 2 separate
Uh,
services.
Yeah,
We can
yeah.
get. Oh, God. Oh, hey,
Oh,
we could do that.
Yeah.
what?
Could we do that?
There's whispering
We
going
could give
on.
away. We could give away
Stay tuned.
3 of the big die unlock packs
Ooh.
on Prime.
Oh my
Because
god!
they're not for sale yet.
Hold on. Hold
Really
on.
doing that?
I need
Yeah, we
to.
can do that.
I need to
It's
enter.
kinda
I
long.
need to
Heads
Ah!
up on that too.
It's just an entitlement. I mean, we can
Hey,
do that.
can you X me? Oh.
What is-
There we go.
We're totally X'd up for that.
There we
yeah,
go.
we can totally do that.
Okay. And
Oh.
we're giving away how many of those?
Die packs.
Die
Coming.
packs.
3 die packs.
Whoa.
3
we'll
die
give it to
packs.
you on
oh
live
my
and-
god!
Well, live and Prime, yeah.
Yeah, we'll do
Live
it
and
both.
Prime. Okay. Oh,
Yeah, that's
now.
right. Chat
Please
is
be
being
my
done.
friend.
Days.
Be my
Nobody
friend.
wants
I
dice.
need the colors. Oh,
Man, just chat.
And
to
the
us.
winner-
Eden 68.
Oh,
Congratulations.
congratulations.
Nice.
Lucky.
Oh,
I'm
no
jealous.
Guardian won.
Who?
No Guardian.
Guardian.
I have seen you all over the forums.
Oh,
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Burninate.
Burninate.
Burning
Wow,
the
that-
peoples.
That is really awesome. Thank you, Trogdor.
Burninate in the
And now
countryside.
we are gonna be out of here. Congratulations to all the winners. See you guys on Prime
Gotta go
and
play.
on Live. Remember, Carnival is next week. That's gonna be a blast for both sides. And you got challenges in front of you. Go hit your challenges.
Send all warrior complaints to me and I will ignore them.
Oh, damn.
Oh my god! No, send all warrior complaints to him and he'll send them to Rough Raptors,
no.
who
Oh.
is a warrior.
He's
okay?
very aware.
And Rough Raptors is in game as Rough Raptors. Remember that.
I don't want rough raptors to balance warriors.
Because?
No, it would be. Oh, it would,
Because?
oh gosh.
Because,
Because
he would just have the melt faces.
Every ability would be a pull.
Yeah.
Yes.
If everyone would
What's
pull
that
and
ability
explode.
that they removed from
Pulling an
Reaver?
AoE.
that he
Yeah, it would
was
be
so
pull in
upset
and
about?
explode. Pull in and
going?
explode.
Oh,
was
God.
that? That was a blood frenzy, wasn't it?
It might have
Yeah,
been
it was
something.
frenzy.
Yeah, blood fever. There
Blood
we go.
fever.
Yeah,
There we go.
yeah.
Okay, well,
yeah.
all right. So apparently Rough Raptors isn't going to get to put blood
No.
fever on everything. Okay, guys, that's it for us. It's the weekend. These guys are going to go get some sleep.
I'm gonna play Prime.
I'm gonna go play. I'm gonna go run a dungeon.
What the hell is that?
Okay.
I want
well-
the fat
Hold on.
XP.
Here's how you
Oh, wait. Okay, he's coming.
Okay.
He's coming. Okay,
Here's how you
come on,
balance
come on.
warriors.
Come on.
Here's how you
get-
balance warriors. You take Reaver, you remove everything it currently has, you bring it back as a tank soul. You bring back the old 40
No,
point
ban.
talent
Ban.
of the
Ban.
35
Ban.
damage
Ban.
reduction.
Banned.
Banned.
And
Banned.
then, most importantly, you bring back Blood Fever.
Banned.
Security!
Banned.
Ow! Ow!
Out.
Oh my
Wow.
Kill Blood Fever.
Okay.
And we're good. That's how you
All right.
balance warriors.
All right.
Real quick, one last thing.
These
This
are
is
not the
my
droids
life.
you were looking for. There is nothing to see here. Move along.
Have you talked about the chat policy updates?
Oh, wait. Chat policy updates.
In-game.
What?
Oh, in game. Oh,
Oh.
let us talk about that.
Oh.
So, you lot,
This is
we know that sometimes you get a little testy. Sometimes you get a little spicy. Sometimes
Spicy.
you can be jerks. So, Arconics, let's
was
talk
that
about
jacks
the chat.
or jerks?
Jerks.
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 Jacks.
Jacks?
So, Arconics,
You like
what
dogs?
have we done about that?
We have slightly bumped up the tolerance, or lowered the tolerance
Lower the
level
tolerance.
of chat offenses. So pretty much any hate speech. What's the other stuff?
Don't be a dick.
Don't be a
Don't be a
dick.
dick.
Yeah.
Don't attack
Uh,
people.
Don't attack people.
Don't be an
Harass
unconscionable
people.
jackass.
Yeah.
There are.
Oh,
a
there we
lot-
go. I'm adding that. Mm.
There is a lot of customer service, QA, dev. All the teams have people playing on Prime
Yeah.
right now. It's sort of the hot thing in the office. And if they see it, they will report you.
One of my favorite moments over the last couple of days is Scott Hartzman has been playing on Prime, and
Oh,
he
man.
shows up in the CS channel and says, "So and so at Vigil needs a 24-hour vacation."
Yeah.
And that is great.
Yeah.
And we are watching. We know that everybody wants to have fun. We know you want to smack talk. We love to smack talk, as you can see by what
Mhm.
goes on in here. But if you want to be jerks, be abusive, use racial slurs, you better find a group of like-minded people or a guild where you can spew that kind
Do
of
it in
stuff.
private.
Do not do it in the public channels. Got it?
And aren't the
You know what? Just don't do it.
Just don't
Why
do
you
it.
need
I
to
mean,
do
yeah.
it? I just don't
You know, but
do
some
it.
people need that outlet.
and
it's
doesn't
nice
it
to
start
them.
building
It's
up
cool.
and become
Right.
cumulative?
It does. So initially it's
Yeah.
24 hour,
Tourette's.
then becomes 2 days, 4 days, and it just keeps going until
Just
you never
keeps
talk
going
again
up.
in chat.
So yeah, don't do it. Just
Yeah.
don't. Just don't.
Yep.
Don't do it.
Just be nice.
And if your name is Dick,
Find better
then
words.
then that's a different kind of dick altogether. You know what we're talking about, okay? Yeah. All right. So yes, we're
Well,
having a
I'm
great
going to
time.
hang out with my guildies that don't even know I'm hanging out with them. They
That's
don't-
nice.
They
I mean,
will,
yeah.
and suddenly you'll log on
I'm
after the
lurking in,
stream.
I know.
I'm lurking in somebody's
Like that's
guild
that's
and they
one
don't
thing
know.
to remind people is like
Oh, we're there.
there's a couple of people like Brass and Rough Rafters and
See?
FC playing with like
This is
they're
me.
playing.
This is Brass and Game, but I have another character.
We got a lot of characters that don't have public names. So
And
I
when we
got a
say a lot of
message.
characters, we've only got 2 characters each, just like everybody else.
Yes.
But
Yeah.
we're there and we're playing. We're in your groups. We're in your dungeons. Sorry
We're
about
in
that
your
wipe,
guilds.
guys. Yeah.
I'm really bad at Black Garden, so like I'm really sorry last night, my friends. But like I did shit for my Black Garden groups for like 3 runs last night.
Yeah,
I'm really
I got
sorry.
messages after midnight from F3 basically saying, "Hey, dude, why am I dying in these dungeons?" I mean,
Yeah.
he balanced it, so.
I'm in
Mhm.
Silverwood. I'm playing Guardian. I'll at least tell people that much.
So the thing to keep in mind, and we should talk about this a little bit too. Emma just said I was doing shit. When you're in chat and you let loose an expletive, no one cares
it's- yeah,
because we
you
all have
can
filters
say that.
for that. Okay, we have there is an expletive filter. However, it's the repeated abusive
Yeah.
stuff
Yeah, yeah.
that we
Chasing
don't
someone
want.
around, harassing them with
I
it is
think
not
people
okay,
know
yeah.
what we're talking
Yeah.
There's a line, and
You
y'all
know.
know where that is
Yeah.
because you know we're 13 plus this, and or your parents should be watching you.
Yeah,
So
we-
there's a line, and you know where it is.
The internet has been around long enough that no one believes that it was accidental what you said.
Yeah.
Ooh, can we
Yeah.
play the "Don't Be a Dick" on the internet?
Don't be a
Video?
dick on the internet.
Karaoke time with the
It's-
devs later today. All right, guys, we're totally done.
Yes.
Completely.
Buy
We're
my
outta here.
Sign
It's drone
die
time.
on Vigil, please. Die.
Bye.
Buy my
Sorry
die.
about the groups that I